Hello and welcome to Fractal Model 23.3. This is the update to the Fractal Model for Q1 of 2023. We are really excited about the updates to this version. Three main updates. The first one is an improved optimization engine. This is when you input a price forecast, could be 5, 10, 20, even 40 years, but we have an improved optimization engine that is a little bit faster and produces better results. Second update is new pricing as far as CAPEX and OPEX. We're taking what we see in the market and giving you the approximate cost for putting in projects. And finally, the Fractal Map has some exciting improvements. We now have the ability to run the Fractal model using historical prices. So I'll show you in a little bit, but you can click around with some historical prices. Let's get started. As you know, the Fractal model is a technoeconomic model that does standalone storage, solar plus storage, both AC coupled and DC coupled. It could do things like wind plus storage, and it can do things like wind plus solar plus storage. Let's take a quick pass through the Fractal model and I'll show you the updates. So in the Inputs tab, this is where you put in the CAPEX and OPEX. In this price calculator estimator is where we've updated the prices. So this reflects what we're seeing in the market for different CODs. So a 2024 will have different estimates than 2025, as will different sizes of projects. And then we've also updated the OPEX section to include what we're seeing in the market for things like insurance, software costs, O&M, and auxiliary costs. In the system design, this is where you can change the physics of the system. Also gives you a really good idea of what the sizing should be in order to deliver a certain amount of power and energy to the POI. And then also the very useful peak aux load calculator. As always, we continue to improve our degradation curves depending on the type of chemistry you use and then how it's being used as far as throughput, average SOC, depth of discharge. We are changing the degradation curve, and that in turn affects the revenue for the project. If it is a combined project, then we have solar, we have wind inputs, and also load so that you could do the analysis in a combined fashion. If you would like to run sensitivities, this tab allows you to change things like escalators and merchant tails. As you approach optimizing a project, one of the steps is to input your price forecast. Here you see that we have 20 years of price forecast, and you can put in anything that you have from day ahead energy to real-time prices, ancillaries, and if you're brave enough, you can even put in 15-minute real-time prices. Once you've set up all those things, we are now ready to run the Fractal model and to run the optimization. It's as simple as clicking Get Schedule. And after a few seconds, you have the optimized schedule for the particular physics of the battery and the price curve that you inputted. And for this project, you can see how the revenue streams change over the 20-year life. And then as always, everything flows into the cash flow, and you can see how the financials work. Keep in mind the cash flow has both annual and monthly cash flows. So those are the updates to the Fractal model. Now let's go to the Fractal Map. The Fractal Map is coming along. We think that by summertime, it's going to be extremely useful in several capacities. One, as a developer, you can use the map to identify areas that are exciting, where storage is a little bit more viable. And then two, you can identify nodes which make the most sense for you to prospect. The cool update this quarter is that we now have pricing attached to the Fractal model. And if we zoom in here, you can see we have a few nodes with pricing, and we can click on them. And the cool thing is that you can add this to an analysis. And if we check to see that we've clicked the name here, the next thing we could do is take a high-level view of the prices both in energy and ancillaries. So here's a summary of the energy prices in the area, along with the regulation prices. It's interesting how big of a year 2021 was because of Winter Storm Uri. Also, you can click on what some people call TB2. That's the top two and bottom two prices. So if you were to arbitrage between the top two and bottom two prices, these are the average spreads. And then TB4, so taking the top four prices, bottom four prices, these are the average spreads between those 4 hours. And then as a last step, you can go in and you can analyze the amount of revenue that is available at this particular node with two scenarios, a 2-hour battery and a 4-hour battery. So here's the 2-hour, here's the 4-hour, and we are showing you what the potential revenue was for that year at this particular node. And once again, you can see how big of a year 2021 was. And you can easily compare that to the revenue that you would get for a 4-hour battery. And then one final step, you can click up to 4 nodes and compare them all together. So I'll do that really quickly. Now we've selected the 4 nodes, let's do the analysis. Here you can see the prices of regulation along with the LMPs at those 4 nodes. Once again, you can see top 2, bottom 2, along with top 4, bottom 4, and the spread that they create. Then we can run the revenue. All right, and here is the revenue for the 4 different sites. You can see the different colors are the different revenue potentials. And we show a 2-hour battery versus a 4-hour battery. And once again, it's pretty interesting to see the difference between all the other years and 2021. All right, well, those are the updates for this quarter's Fractal Model update. Let us know if you have any questions. We're also happy to demo the Fractal Model for you. Feel free to contact us at info@fractalems.com and let us know if you have any questions, and have a great day.